Happy Sunday. Join me for a very short meditation to digest the past week and create some internal space as we transition into what's next. Start by finding a comfortable seat. We'll take a deep breath in to begin and a deep breath out. And as that exhale fully releases from your body, notice what's there. Feel your body ground down into whatever support is beneath you and feel the breath begin to lighten. We're going to digest this past week that we've had, almost imagining as if it's a meal we just ate. And we're not going to think too hard about the meal. We're not going to judge the meal or replay the meal in any way. But what we are going to do is think about what about this past week do we want to assimilate, to transmute and transform into nutrients and wisdom. And what about this week are we ready to release, ready to let go? So, softly bringing your attention to whatever comes to mind when I ask you, what about this past week felt nourishing and strengthening for you? Good, yeah, and not thinking too hard, not creating too much of a narrative around that. Just notice what comes to mind. And then begin to transition, start to bring your attention and notice what comes to mind. When I ask you now, what about this past week felt perhaps a little bit depleting or heavy? Nice. Yeah, not making too much of a narrative about whatever came to mind there. Just notice what's there. And then take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out. Continuing to breathe, allowing your exhales to begin to lengthen and symbolize the body releasing what felt heavy, what you're ready to release and let go of. And allow your inhales to be that assimilation of, that bringing forth of all of the wisdom and knowledge you gained from this past week. Bring your palm towards your heart center and taking a moment to silently repeat back to yourself, I trust that my body will assimilate what's nourishing for me, what's meant for me, and will release what's no longer serving me, what's no longer meant for me. Keeping your palm on your heart. Lastly, taking one final breath in through your nose and a deep breath out. And noticing what comes to mind when I ask you, what is the energy that you would like to bring into the next few days, the next week? Thinking of a word or a phrase. And just let that seal into the heart center with the next few rounds of breath that you take. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. And feel free to comment what your word is, what you're taking into the next week of your life. Thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your evening and a lovely week.